I thought it was recording and it wasn't. Well, now it is. The yellow jackets and different wasps will pollinate these peas. And so it's really a great thing to put into the ecosystem, the purple hull pea, because it has a symbiotic relationship with bacteria in its roots that allows it to not take nitrogen from the ground but add nitrogen to it, because you know that plant, it's an annual, that plant body is going to die and break down and add nitrogen. See, I just come in here not right up on but around these blueberry plants where they're mulched, and I'm gonna on that edge add more of these peas. And you don't have to dry them out first. I was told you did, but you don't. You can take a purple hull pea straight from the shell while it's still got moisture in it and plant it in the ground and it will sprout. You want to eat one? And you can also feed them to chickens. Well, he ain't really eating them. And they normally don't share them with roosters. They call them for the hen. I guess well, take that back. I read that you could. I've actually seen them do it, but some of my chickens are more picky than others. And they're not really hungry. Some of them eat every weed. Like them yellow buff roosters, if I threw them these peas, they'd be breaking the shells open and eating them. And that Hamburg hen. But these BB Reds, they think they too good. They're too good for purple hull peas. They're like, nah, I eat my layer feed with these hens. How you gonna make a territory claim and then like run off when I walk forward? I started smelling good. I was like, why does it smell so good over here? It's that lavender. The orange trees, the little orange trees I had growing, I've transplanted them, and some of them died. No, they didn't die. All this many died though. I dug up dirt from the area where I was planting them and filled the cups back up so I could go and plant peas right in behind them, which I don't really know. I'll throw that one out there. They can eat it. It's hot out here. They say that it feels like it's 110. My buddy Kyle says they're being dramatic, but I don't think he's in the same spot I'm in. I think it does feel like it's 110. Just instantly sweating. Y'all get a taste of some freedom here. They've been caged up because they are not accepted into the regular flock yet, and they don't get let out. Albie done ate them. I normally am here to watch them, and these roosters might bully them a little bit till they learn who's boss. And these hens used to would just attack them constantly. She might be trying it now, but they're starting to accept them. They're starting to not be like so hostile to them. And then once they get accepted, they'll start letting them roost closer to them, and I guess the babies should just join in with this other flock and learn all the habits of the other chickens. They out here getting their education today. She got scared she's gonna get pecked, but she didn't peck her. I noticed this black and white one started kind of hanging around the little babies. Like I think she kind of low-key likes them, but isn't allowed to. Ain't quite ready for accepting them yet. They over here. Please put me back in the other pen and let me have free food all the time. Which, I mean, they get free food in there too. But it ain't really free because they got to compete with these over it. These are like, hey, you ain't in our flock. We're going to attack you if you eat around me. Like that one over there. That hen over there. She mean to these other hens too. She always been a bitch. She'd be kind of bullying them a little bit. But like used to, you know, like the first day, every single one of these chickens will want to chase them down and attack them. So instead, they got in that corner and hid. And then at nighttime, I put them on the roost beside them because they ain't gonna. Then they wake up on the roost together. This chicken over here fully submitted, like trying to get away and shit. Ain't trying to fight nobody. I don't know, maybe he got some secret food. Hey, they just did a recall on that coconut water. Don't drink it. Oh, hell no. Oh, they got water in here. I gave them water last night. There's a lot more of them now. They ain't got water. Heck no. Absolutely unacceptable. We gotta get... Now, these chickens done figured out they could eat the squash, which it was planted for them, so I don't care that they eating squash. Y'all still got water? I see water. I see water in there now. There's water in there. Is it got a leak? Why is it coming out constantly? That ain't right. I'm zoomed in too much, but I don't know. Maybe the wind is just blowing on the surface of the water. I ain't got time for all that. We got an emergency water situation. Y'all got y'all's watering can knocked over. They need water. Everybody needs water. Y'all getting water. I'm glad I come by here earlier than I normally do. I'm gonna get them a lot more water than this. I'm about to go to the store and they like, hell yeah. Everybody's coming back in the pen. Everybody's ready for this water. I'm sorry, y'all. But I did not calculate for the increased water consumption of 11 birds. Oh, y'all missing this? Not really. There's some algae in there. I don't think it's going to hurt them, but when I go to the store and buy more, I'm going to wash that out. I'm not going to wash it out now because I think it's important that they get the water. And I don't need to waste water to get that algae out. It's probably not going to hurt them. Look, he coming under me for protection to get some water. Smart chicken, smart chicken. That's how we domesticated him. This behavior's rewarded. He's not shy around humans as much as other ones. He get to drink that water. Put a seal on there for that water level drop too much. Come on, Hamburg. Yo, it's me. I just got a haircut. That's a bit rude. That's loud in my ear now. And how you gonna be doing a territory call over there? Well, you're just gonna tie that baby like that. You was nice. Remember they used to bully you and you was the one that was always nice? And now you over here attacking babies. Why don't you go attack the other BB Red Rooster out there? You don't want no smoke from him, do you? This guy getting by because he pretty, really. He got a few hens that willing to cheat on the main rooster. Just because he got a little more yellow on him. But they used to bully him for being yellow like that till he grew up. Oh, ugly ducking motherfucker. I'm just kidding. There's a... Y'all adults crazy to be out here acting like... They actually, I guess they just want to eat more than they want to get any water. That's probably because they drunk all the water. They ain't as thirsty. Y'all over there bullying that chicken. Y'all ain't gonna, Normally I let them sort things out, but if he's stuck in the, he ain't stuck in the wire. If he was stuck, I was gonna help him, but they just eating what the other ones, they're not sharing with the adults, and adults feeling disrespected. They're gonna get bullied a little for that. They're gonna get pecked for that, like they should be getting out the way. But they ain't, so that's not like, they ain't ripping the skin off of them. I ain't gonna interfere. Sometimes I will though, because I mean, as dark as it is, they're on my property. They're my friend slaves. I mean, I eat some of them. It's a complicated relationship for real. some of them I don't. Like these two guys are into safety. You gotta have a backup rooster for the other breed. There's 15 buff chicks coming in. That Hamburg chicken over there, she done almost died 2 times from being attacked by predators. I'm making sure her descendants continue on and live. Because she done seen like her husband dead, her sister dead. She the only one left. So, but these 2 horny motherfuckers want to overbreed her and rip a patch of skin off her back 4 inches by 3 inches. And then they want to try to breed with these little bitty BB Reds, where if they stand on, like they try to grab them by the neck and jump on their back. That'll rip them in half. You way too big for that. And that's suspicious too, that you even want to try. But anyway. I almost said something. Almost, but I ain't going to. I gotta watch my mouth. I'm trying to keep my channel. These little people, see these, well, not people. See the tiniest one over there? That one is a BB Red hen, purebred, daddy and mama. Every single other one that's in here, the daddy is a BB Red rooster, like him. And probably him, because he gets it most of the time. He'll snag one every now and then. And that's the mama. That Hamburg, I've incubated her eggs. And she's gonna have, because I thought she was gonna die actually. I did not think she would survive her injuries. And so, but she survived. And she has children. I don't know if they're all male or all female or any of that yet. And I'll probably, if they'll be bigger than the BB Red by being bred with her. But I don't know if they'll be big enough to breed in with the BB Red. I mean the yellow Buff Orpington stock. I got 15 baby chicks coming with them. But it's going to take them half a year to grow up. And by the time they grow up, it's going to be winter time. They're going to slack off laying eggs. I ain't going to be able to breed them the next year. They are probably about to get their pen when they get old enough to be added into this pen. The little babies over here wanted to overbully them new little chicks. But they got all their feathers and armor to where I'm just going to introduce them in with this flock. And I'm really going to favor the Hamburg chicken in the incubator and breed some of them with the BB Red. Once the yellow Buff Orpingtons grow up, I can let my buff roosters out and she won't get overbred and injured because they'll have 15 other hens to breed with besides just her. And then instead of crossing her with BB Red, I'll start crossing her with yellow Buff. Both BB Red and yellow Buff will go broody and hatch out their own eggs, which is what I want. I don't want to have to buy incubators and deal with that and deal with the young chicks and all that. I'd rather them just take care of it themselves. That Hamburg, I ain't never seen her go broody. I'm not saying she won't. So, I'm breeding her with something. But anyway, I'm going to have a mixed breed flock on the side that I play around with and maybe develop a new breed of chicken. But a lot of those are just free chickens that I got. And I took them because, hey, a free chicken, more eggs, more meat. It's a good deal for me. But my original plan is to have the yellow Buff Orpingtons. But you see, with the timeline, I would be waiting half a year for eggs, so I went ahead and got the others. But I'm probably going to phase them out. A lot of them, unless they turn out to have some super trait, a lot of them mixed roosters are going to be food. A lot of the hens are going to stay alive because they lay eggs, but their eggs won't be picked to put in incubators, or their eggs won't be put under the yellow buffs to be hatched out. It'll favor, like I'll even, let's say one of them goes broody, I might switch their eggs out for yellow buff eggs instead and put them to work hatching out the yellow buff. The yellow buff is a big chicken for meat. It's a good egg layer and it's peaceful. You don't have to worry about a yellow buff. It's like the golden retriever of chickens. You ain't got to worry about it attacking your kids or your woman or the mailman. Now, you know, a Rhode Island red rooster, if you lit it out with your flock, you'd probably do a better job protecting the hens and the chicks from predators than a yellow buff that's probably going to want to just leave and run away. But if you're keeping them in pens, which I used to keep my chickens like free range them because I could. I had a chicken shepherd dog that I had bred to do that, but they died. And El Chapo and Lil Tay, you might have seen them in some videos. They would guard the biddies and stuff. But where I'm at now, wild animals will even dig into the pen, and I got to bury wire deep in the ground. And you know, a lot of come out of the woods and out of the sky to eat them. So I can't really just let them out. I got to pin them up. I wish they'd give them more freedom, but they ain't got no freedom. They ain't got enough safety to have their own freedom without being in a cage. So they're kind of a hybrid system where at night and in the mornings, and if I'm at work, sometimes I'll let them out in the morning and come in and put them, because most of the time the predators are going to try right before the sun comes up or right when it goes down. So normally, as long as I pin them up in time, everything goes well. A lot of people probably ain't gonna have the attention span for this video or the patience for the shaky camera and all that, but I was thinking about stopping this video now since it's 16 minutes long, but I don't think I will. I think I'll make a long video for the kind of people that have the patience to watch something like that. Got some sunflowers. Eating these blueberries. I dropped one right there. Maybe I'll grow me another blueberry bush. It's oregano. I forgot about that other oregano. I broke my back on that and then was working late at work so much. In the heat, so exhausted, too tired to come out here. Didn't get it watered. Just really being pushed, and it's probably all dead. I hope it ain't, but yeah, it's looking like it all died. All that work for nothing. Well, at the other property, Mama is spraying herbicide, and so anything that was going to live, I had to transplant. And it still got the seeds though, the seed pods. Let's see if there's. I see the seed pods, but oh, yep, there's a seed. See a little bitty piece right there? That's a seed. There's seed in the seed pod, so maybe some oregano will come up. Maybe it'll just be a layer of mulch. Maybe there's something alive in the roots. I should have come out here and watered it yesterday and the day before, but I tell you, no man would have. It's crawling up under a house, pulling out wet, crumbled insulation in the dark, and the house is like a really big house, like 120 feet long. There's only one scuttle hole, so I gotta pull everything back and crawl around, and nails going in my back, and it being so hot, and you don't feel like doing nothing after a day like that, and a day after that, after the day before like that, and you just. And what was going on before that, I probably could have watered it a lot deeper. But I did water it the day I transplanted it, the next day and the next day. And the rains come but weren't enough, and then it was just so hot. That soil, though, where I planted it in, what it built up, was really good soil. So at least I've added that on there. And a lot of times I'm not successful with transplanting oregano. A lot of times it dies. But whenever it makes it, it spreads fast and easy. And it died over there, but maybe 3 years back, I got a little clump of it, way smaller than all that I moved this time. I put it over here somewhere. I think I had it on camera. There it is. Between these two blueberries, right up under this, on its drip edge at the time, I planted the oregano. Probably about like that big of a piece. And now it's spread. And I can transplant it at times where it's not so hot. Like maybe next spring I can cut a piece off and work it in over there, or take seeds from it. So I still got the plant. These is really a hard decision. I had two decisions, or I had two choices, so one decision. Do I go ahead and cut these and then keep getting flowers, more nectar for the bees and everything, or do I let them go to seed and not get some, and I decided to let them go to seed, so I'll have fresh seed. I've so far never successfully got lavender to grow from seed. And I was watching a video on YouTube, and this man said most of the time the seed you're getting at the store, it's not viable, it's old, it's been too hot, too cold, something happened in shipping. And if you could get lavender seed directly from the plant, you have a much higher success rate. And so, there we go. And so, I'm gonna see what happens. There's a seed, it's got seed in it. Since these are dry, I'm gonna get them before they get rained on, because I don't want them to mold. These will probably get wet and it's still living, it won't mold, and it'll dry up later. I got some early birds here. My plan with lavender is to sell lavender flowers eventually. See, I could have cut all them and had me some bundles of flowers to sell, and then they would have made more flowers that I could have fed the bees. But they will make thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds, and I failed every time. But if I'm successful this time, I have enough seeds to plant big rows and rows and rows of lavender. I'm imagining rows of lavender all up and down between these fruit trees, and I'm imagining all kind of flowers to sell for more money, and and it could be like losing the lottery, you know. I should have just cut it, let the bees over there have a constant food source for the year, not to risk that mess. Lavender seed, they say they need light to germinate. They also say you put them through the cold and all kind of stuff. Those that I just got for the video, there's a whole bunch of them over there that I'm gonna harvest. Why are you bullying her or him? Probably gonna be a hen that's gonna grow up. You're gonna be like, dang, I wanna get with that hen. And she's gonna be like, you the one that bullied me. And that one over there will just be got another one. You don't understand why he gets the women? One, he's not all cowardly and fickle like you are. He'll beat your ass. Two, he might be ugly. They might cheat on him from time to time. But he be getting all the money. He be getting all the food, finding food. You'll share food with chicks, but you don't find that much. Because you always chasing some hen, trying to be sneaky, trying to find when he ain't looking to get with one of his hens. He over there, really the reason I kept him, because I have 5 of these roosters, I didn't need 5. The reason I kept him is most of the hens gathered and stayed around him. He didn't attack nobody. He would sometimes fight him, scare him off and run him off. But that one I kept him because he's got the brightest colors. All of the rest of them look like him. He looked different. So he stayed because he's different. He stayed because he's the hen's #1 choice. They always wanted to be around him. Once I took the other 3 out though, he started moving up the rank. There was one hen that kind of liked to hang around him, but they pretty much all the rest of them hung around him. One of the roosters I give away, and 2 of them I had a plan to take them up to the house to have them as pets so that them other hens weren't being overbred. And the dog, Duke, he at first acted like he was cool with it, and then he decided he's gonna eat them. So now there's a problem of, if I move out here, I need a pen for Duke, a lead for Duke, extra barrier for the chickens, something, because this dog want to eat chickens. And Brittany's also in love with this dog, and this dog, I like Duke too. I mean, we kept him clean and let him be in the house when he was a puppy, but our well broke and he got real stinky and he had to go outside. But it ain't really, it's been real hot and it's been raining a tiny bit, and they say it's gonna rain, but the soil's done dried up some, and it's gonna rain, but it ain't gonna be enough water. And I'm gonna water these trees like I should have been watering them, but it's been so hot. And now it was even hotter because it just sprinkle rain but not get cloudy. Now it's gotten cloudy. Now I don't feel like I'm gonna, all the salt come out of my body and me drop dead. I ain't sweating so much. So now I can get out here and really get these trees watered like they've been needed, like that oregano needed. I don't think I'm gonna spend no time watering that oregano. I think it's dead as it can be, and if part of it is alive in the roots, if I put too much water on that dead tissue, it's just gonna be a breeding ground for mold, and I'm just not gonna do with it. But see this tree is thirsty. This ain't the fall, this is the summer. And they're losing too much water. This one, I did water some after the day I worked in that insulation, but it was so hot, and I watered this tree some, not enough. I watered it some. I went out there and tried to take shelter in the shade and let the water run out here, and it just got too much. I just had to get me something to drink and go home. And I woke up sore. I was hurting so much from crawling. You know how like when you fall on your bicycle with your kid, you scrape up your elbows and knees on a bicycle or skating or something like that, and they sting and hurt? That's how my elbows and knees felt. But then I'd look at them and there's no blood. It's just had a commando crawl on them so much. I'm really glad, like last year, these blueberry plants would get like these trees look when it'd get hot like this. And I would water them and bring them back. They'd just barely get through that hottest hot time. But I've constantly been putting mulch on top of mulch. And they got to where the soil around them holds water pretty good. And I used to carry so much water that there's almost, I think, 30 of them. There are, I think, more than 30 peach trees at this point. See, no matter where I'm standing, there's something that can be watered. See, I can just walk from here to here. There's a blueberry. There's lavender. There's lavender. See, I'm going to put it on the edge. I'm not going to put it all on that plant. I don't really want it getting on them seed pods all that much. But I just don't know what come up on here. I don't see no caterpillar. Something done ate the leaves and ate the sunflower. I just don't even know. Have they got seeds yet? They don't look like they're ready for seeds for nothing to be eating them. It ain't black under there. It ain't. There are a smaller sunflower than what I normally plant. They might be ready, and I just think, yeah, they are looking like they're getting ready in there more than I thought. Oh, it smells so good. This lavender plant, it's alive, and when you water it, it lets out this beautiful smell to say thank you. It smells good being around it anyway, and it smells way better when it blooms, but I noticed the change immediately when I don't even got to put water on it yet. When I start filling up, when I used to fill up that watering can and walk back and forth to the pond, because I didn't have a sump pump and I didn't have the money for that wire, which I am going to bury it. I know to stretch the wire. I know that even if you put stretch in that wire, that pump ain't gonna, the gauge wire is high enough. It's higher than it needs to be. And even if you put some stretch in it, it'll still be gauged for that pump. But I didn't need to be walking and tripping over it, running a wheelbarrow over it, you know, getting the hose tangled in it. I needed it strung up for now. And I put enough slack in both ends that I'll be able to get up under it and it not be in my way, not accidentally damage it while I dig a trench. Then I'm going to pull that staple out of the top and that staple out of the top and drop it in the ground. And a lot of people got something to say about it, but you know, I could be digging in this heat and digging that trench right now, but if I don't do it right now, it'll be all right. But if I don't get these trees water, it ain't gonna be all right. This tree right here cost $26.99. And so did all the rest of them. So, I guess the pump cost, I think, $60. The wire cost like $200, $300, something like ridiculous. And I don't want that. I don't want all these trees to die in that bed for nothing and go to waste. I don't want to be over here. I want to be over there while Brittany's working at the restaurant, talking and joking and cutting up with her. Because I'm off work. I normally don't get off work this early. I normally don't get home till 7 or 8 or something like that. So, I wouldn't say normally. I would say lately and often. And like, sometimes I'll get off at 5. I'll be home by 6. Because I might have to stop and get something to drink or get gas. It takes about a 40-minute, maybe 44-minute drive from home to work. These, if you pick them, right after they get watered, they'll put on a bunch of flowers and just make more pea pods. The chickens, I don't think they have learned it. But if I let them buffs out, they definitely know it, and this Hamburg knows it. They've learned that when I water trees, that's the time to come out, because that water will hit these cold-blooded crickets and grasshoppers and slow them down and make it easier for them to catch them. So they normally like when I water. You can't breed with that. That rooster's trying to breed. She ain't all the way grown yet. Is that one of them hens? Let me zoom in. My eyes don't see. I think that's one of the... No, that's a yellow buff hen. She's old enough to be bred with. I thought it was one he was trying to get with one of them. She didn't want to breed with him, though. Oh, he's the orange one. This rosemary been needing some water, but I didn't prioritize watering it because I didn't think it'd die before the rains come. And like them top leaves are dying, but you know, I wanted my fruit trees to, the ones that look the worst, to get the most water. And them apple trees need a lot of water too. I'm gonna have to untangle this hose because it ain't gonna reach most of this. This is a plum tree. I got its branches down so they'll put on more fruit buds. Or so I'm told. We're gonna find out. I need to get up this grass and remulch this. Those plum trees are pretty tough. They normally, these peach trees are a little more fragile about it not getting water when they need it. Them apple trees are too. The apple trees are just closer to the tree line, and they get some cool air from that, and they're not as in the direct heat. Because they really have a higher water need than these peach trees, but they haven't taken the same damage. But they're also closer to the pond, so it's probably, the moisture content's probably higher in the water too there. Where are they at? Where are they at? Dang, this is like 33 minutes of shaky camera. It's getting to be about like a movie where nothing really happens. So a lot of times I need to be watching the camera and I'm just watching what I'm doing. And this summer, that's or a lot of that oregano I tried to transplant died, but that one lived. And this went to seed. There was some like it on that hill that died. Oh, I ain't scrubbing no plants back there. Am I going over the lavender? The lavender's right there on the side. It's probably about to start trying to cut into it. Let me. What y'all do? I gotta zoom out for that. I ain't got no food for y'all yet. See, if I got right now, they can get food, and then when I go to get ready to put them in their pen, which if it's late enough, they'll go put themselves in the pen anyway. But if I feed them now, I've lost it as an option for bait. But when I get ready for them to be in the pen, I can just lure them in there with that food. So that's why I ain't gonna give them no food right yet. But they're free to eat all kind of free food all around them for now. And there's feed in the chicken pen. It's just, even if they've got whole corn, they want to know, yo, you got a potato chip? Dog, you got some of that layer crumble food that I ain't got to break up as much? Oh, this one's looking good. He's happy. He's got logs as mulch. He's like, I'm good. I got some water under these logs from when you watered them logs a bunch. She's like, go water my brothers. No, I ain't forgot you, dog. I'm gonna take care of all y'all. You gonna get some water too. He can wait. He can wait. I love you. I'm thirsty, dog. Give me some water. Man, wait your turn. I can't just be rushing off, man. This ground might be really dry. He might be looking good now, but I might underwater him just because I think he's good because his leaves aren't yellow. And then by the time I get over there, you know, he dropped the next day. You're gonna get watered really good too. You're gonna get a lot of water too. Like, just be patient. Man, what you talking about being patient? That's showing favoritism. I ain't even got a log. Dude, you got a log right there. He got a log. Y'all gonna get logs. I ain't got all the logs yet. Just hold on. I'm playing, y'all. I ain't got no kind of mental disorder or nothing. I know these trees ain't talking or nothing, you know. I'm just... Hey, you know what? You need to learn to do for yourself. Because there's all kind of bugs out here you could be eating. While you following me, hoping for something for free, you could get you a job. You know, like, I don't want these bugs out here. I saw a grasshopper jumping on these peach tree leaves. And he was eating holes in the leaves of the peach trees because it probably tastes a hell of a lot better than grass. And you know who wasn't eating him for me? You. So, you know, like, do your job. Do your job. Right here I got peas, and I will remember to water my peas because I like a pot of peas. They're really good. They're not really peas, they're really beans. So, see that? That's a little orange tree. I was like, if I plant an orange tree in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to forget where it's at, forget to water it. If I plant it here, it'll get some shade, so it ain't like got all the hot heat while it's a little tree. And it'll get watered even if I water it on accident. So, that's why there's like orange trees scattered in here. And orange trees, they'll live year after year, but the peas, they will die. So, it's not like these orange trees aren't always going to be shaded out by the peas. And it ain't like the peas are hurting with the nitrogen. They're actually going to add nitrogen on the spot. And really, grass is so much harder to get out the way than peas. So it's kind of a ground cover for the orange trees. It's the same situation over there where them peas are. There's oranges. And there's lavender. This lavender is a different kind of lavender, and I don't remember what it's called. And I wouldn't recommend it. I do recommend that AutoQuest lavender. But don't listen to me because you might not be in zone 7B. Or is it 8B? I'm in Wheeler County, Georgia. I think I'm zone 7B, zone 8. It sounds right and it don't at the same time. But for my area, the AutoQuest lavender is the best. And this lavender, whatever it's called, I forget what it's called. It might be called silver... So I forget what it's called. I think I'm mixing it with something else. But regardless of whatever it's called, it survives this area well, but none of the honeybees want to, or anything really goes to its flower, which I find mad suspicious. I wonder if the Illuminati done like gene spliced it with an alien, like what's going on, why aren't, you know, the bees going to it? And I planted it not just to sell flowers or perfume, but also to be like a healthy source of food for my bees. So it's not being what it's supposed to be. So just got to go. I'm worried, and this is probably a real thing that will happen, because they'll think it's a delicious salad leaf, because it is. That these chickens will come up in here and eat my orange leaves. Oh, that lightning right there sounds like it wants to hit this stainless steel water-filled watering hose I'm holding. I ain't scared of Zeus. I am not scared of Zeus. Fuck you, Zeus. You come to rain. Now, you ever take a dry sponge and pour some water on it and it just slips off of it, but if it's damp, it'll soak up the water? That's how I look at it. When there's going to be a light rain like this, it's not really going to water things. A lot of people will be like, oh, my stuff's watered. But it's really not. It's like a thin layer of water there's a thin layer of wet soil at the top, but it's a really good time to go in and water after that light rain. Like, I think I'm going to cut this video short at